I now invite Dr. Amit Sharma, Additional Director General and Advisor, Cyber, Ministry of Defence, Government of India, for his special address. Please welcome him with a big round of applause.
Good morning, Honorable Chief Guest, Secretary IT Uttarakhand, ACS Punjab, dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Digital transformation, a lot of things have been spoken already onto that aspect, but in fact, I want to touch specifically one topic. When we talk about AI, how exactly AI is going to change the way in which we operate. Everyone knows about the fact that AI is going to be doing a digital transformation things. We spoke about data sets and so on. But there is a certain aspect which I really want to emphasize on, that when we talk about AI, why we are just limiting ourselves to be consumers of AI? Why not we are the creators for AI? Let me give you a small example why I'm pushing for this particular notion. Just 2 days, in fact 3 days back, among the most powerful models, LLM that was released by Claude, it's called Mythos. One single model actually pushed the entire ecosystem of US fintech, including an emergency meeting happening under their vice president specifically to look into, because this particular model, which is a trillion plus parameter model, it penetrates into every security system. It was one of the most lethal model that's been released out, and it penetrates any security system anywhere in the world. In fact, one of the case studies that was put around was how this model or Mythos can be contained. Can it be contained? And this case study was given to Mythos itself to break it. And trust me, the model broke it. He went out of the containment. He found the email address of the developer who wrote the container, and he sent the email to him stating that I have moved out. So that is where we are, and where we are in terms of creating our own models. That's something we need to introspect. What we need to introspect in the AI mission or AI challenge, which is the dream of Honorable Prime Minister, we need to look into first and the foremost sovereign AI infrastructure, data centers, and that's where the state of Uttarakhand, in fact, most of the northern states, can work out pretty well. Why? If you talk about anybody, we never talk about the details, and I always believe the devil always lies in the details. To run any data center, specifically AI-driven data centers, you need GPUs. What people do not tell you is that you require water. You require a huge quantity of water, specifically, looking into the liquid cooling aspects of these high energy guzzlers. The second aspect that you require is abundant availability of energy in the power of, or electricity. Now, what if you see Uttarakhand? It has both power, it has electricity, and most of all, it has cold temperature. All three make a perfect mix for creating our next generation sovereign AI infrastructure. And when I say I'm not talking about a data center, I'm talking about a sovereign AI infrastructure, and there is a whole lot of connotations to it without getting deeper into it. Why I am asking this? Because the moment you start doing that, subsequently you can build on top of it sovereign AI models. It amazes that the best models in the world, there's a race already happening between from the east, China, going on with Quen from Alibaba, DeepSeek, or DeepSeek R1 that's been there at 3.2, multiple models from the Chinese side, and then you have the US side that's primarily releasing out models such as Mythos. We always talk about a billion parameter. For us, billion parameter itself is epitome, but they are talking about more than couple of trillion parameters. So that's where we are, and rest of the models in terms of and their applications like Copilot and so on. All these things are happening, but where as a country we are, that's something we need to introspect. The moment we work on these sovereign, we always talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, Viksit Bharat. this is the place where we need a sovereign infrastructure, AI infrastructure, and on top of it, the young generation, which again the state of Uttarakhand has, that lays the foundation for building out these next generation sovereign AI model. So that's a lot of opportunities that are there. AI comes with its own nuances that is there, but at the same time it comes with the opportunities. My take on it is take the best of the opportunities and guard yourself well against the nuances that come associated with it. Thank you very much. It is indeed a pleasure. Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir.